7.1 day 1. So it says determine whether the quadrilateral is a trapezoid, parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, or square. What is this? It is a trapezoid. It's also a special type. What is it? A what trapezoid? Isosceles. Are you given enough information to conclude that the figure is a given type of special quadrilateral and explain your reasoning? So, is number 2 a parallelogram?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
It's a curvated rectangle.
Well, what do we know about the angles side by side? The consecutive angles are
Congruent.
not the same. Those aren't congruent. 102 and 78 are. What do they add up to?
180.
Yep. So consecutive angles are supplementary. I'll write it out. Supplementary. Oh, because we need opposite sides congruent. Opposite sides need to be congruent, and right angles, all right angles. That's what we need for this. So there are 3 ways to write the ratio of A to B. Simplify the ratios. All right, so we'll need our calculators. That's okay if we don't have one right this second. 60 centimeters to 200 centimeters. What number do you think goes into each?
Wait, so you ain't got.
All right, so if we divide both by 10. Okay, what's 60 divided by 10? Okay, so 6 centimeters. What's 20 or 200 divided by 10?
You don't know it, so let me do it. So that's going to be. Off the top of my head, I think that's going to be 20. Come on, bro.
Good, 20 centimeters. With the 0, do you guys know that 0 rule?
No.
Okay, so if it's 200 divided by 10,
Oh,
you can cross out the zeros.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's left over?
Oh! That was some slow.
All right, now, is 6 centimeters and 20 centimeters? Can I divide that anymore?
No.
Well, they're both even
Yeah, by
numbers. Yeah, so divide both by 2. What's 6 divided by 2?
3.
So 3 centimeters. What's 20 divided by 2?
10.
Good, 10 centimeters. And that is our final answer.
Oh, yeah, I did. We did something similar. Like
Both.
you can do 3. You can do 3, bro.
What'd you say, Michael? 6?
He was great.
3 would work too. You're just going to keep reducing then. What's 36 divided by 6?
Yeah, Michael.
6. So 6 inches. What's 18 divided by 6? To 3 inches. Can I reduce that anymore?
No. Yes, by 3.
Yep, divide both by 3. What's 6 divided by 3? 2. What's 3 divided by 3? 1. So 2 inches to 1
I'm
inch.
so smart. Like, man, that's easy, man. You know, this is easy, slight work.
Turn it.
Yeah.
Alright, so it says use ratios to solve each problem. So in the diagram, AB to BC is 4 to 1 and AC equals 30. Find AB and BC. So I think you guys have to fill some of this in. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you got to fill these things in. Okay, and then fill in on A, B, and C on your line segment. All right, so AB to BC is 4 to 1. So we're going to call AB 4x. Okay, that's where it's coming from. Okay, 4x. We're going to call BC 1x. And what does the whole thing equal? What does it tell us? 30, thank you.
30.
Okay.
I was going to something.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to solve for x and then plug the number back in to find the length. So first we're gonna solve for x. How would we solve for x?
4x equals 30.
4x plus
1.
1x equals 30. Good. So 4x, wow, that's a terrible 4. Plus 1x equals 30. So 4x plus 1x is
5x.
5x.
Then equals 30 divided by 5.
Good. So x equals
6.
6. All right. Now, that doesn't answer our question, though. It says find AB and BC. So what am I going to do with my x value of 6?
Put it between the
Plug it back in, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, AB would be 4, since it's 4x, so 4 times 6, which equals 24. BC is 1 times x, which is 6. And we're going to do another one of those in case we got a little... We need to find FG and GH. So FG is the smaller portion. That's my 1x. So I'm going to do 1 times what?
1 times.
Good.
1 times 3.
Which equals
3.
3. Good. And what is GH? What am I going to do to find GH?
Same thing. Not same thing, but different number.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a different number. No.
GH is right here.
3.
3 times
3.
3, which equals
3, 6, 9.
9. Very good. Now, if I want to double check, you add these up, should equal this. 3 plus 9 equals 12, so I know I'm right. Okay, so then we combined our x's, which 2x plus 1x would be. So 3x equals 24. Divide both sides by 3. X equals 8, thank you.
I was going to do it, but I thought she
Okay.
was going to do it, but she didn't do it, so you did it.
Alright, so x equals 8. Did everyone were you guys okay with that part?
I just did it.
Okay.
Know how to start it out.
Now, yeah, getting it started is sometimes tricky. So EF and FG are what we're looking for. To find EF, that's what we're looking for right now, EF. So EF is going to be what? EF is 2x. So how would I solve for EF?
EX
Equals 2 times
1.
8.
8. Yeah, got
So
that.
2
16.
times 8 because x equals 8. Okay? Alright, so that would be what? 16. Then we need to find FG, which is 1x,
Times 8.
so 1 times 8,
8.
which equals 8. Very good.
So we based the answer on the. So that,
It's just with a rectangle instead of a segment. Okay, so length to width is 7 to 3. Which is my length and which is my width?
the length. It's going up.
Yep, good. So that we're gonna call that
We'll
part.
go be down.
We're gonna call that part 7x. What's my width? So 3x. Okay. So and we're looking for perimeter, right? It says the perimeter of a rectangle is 80 feet. So what do all the sides add up to? 80. So that's all I'm gonna do. So 3x plus 3x plus 7x
So this is going to be less work.
plus 7x equals, no, it's the same thing, equals 80. No. What do I have to do? How do I find the length?
Oh, you do the
You put it
7
back
times
in.
4.
Good. 7 times 4, which gives me
Yeah.
28.
There we go.
And my width, what am I going to multiply?
You gonna do 3.
3 times 4, which
12.
equals 12.
Also, like, if I'm telling you, now I'm finna go ahead.
Okay. So 3x plus 3x plus 4x plus 4x equals 84. So all of this combined would be 14x equals 84. Divide both sides by 14. X equals So the length is gonna be 4 times 6, which equals 24. The width is gonna be 3 times 6, which equals 18. So portions, A over B equals C over D. It's an equation that states two ratios are equal. So solve the proportion we cross multiply. So to solve each proportion, so we're going to do 3 times 8, which gives me 24, equals 6 times x. Divide both sides by 6. X equals 4. Same thing. Cross multiply, which is 5y equals 45. Divide both sides by 5. Y equals 9. Next one, 5 times 6 equals 30. Oh. Equals 3y. Divide both sides by 3. Y equals 10. M equals 70. Divide both sides by 10. M equals 7. Four times 35 equals 140. 5x. Divide both sides by 5. X equals 28. Okay, so 2 times w minus 2, we're going to have to use parentheses, equals 56. So let's distribute. So 2w minus 4 equals 56. Add 4 on both sides. 2w equals 60. Divide by 2. W equals 30.
You done?
Okay, what did we learn about today? Ratios and proportions. Sample test question, you could just write 100 minutes to 30 minutes.